and Monday. A spokesperson said Stafford was on a fishing trip Saturday at 4 a.m. A friend last saw him fishing at 10 a.m. Saturday. The Coast Guard reports Stafford's truck, cell phone, and wallet were found near Boggy Beach, but his kayak has not been found. Search crews did see kayak drag marks in that area into the water.
Early voting in Victoria County is at the Dr. Patty Dotson Health Center, 2805 North Navarro. Classroom A will be open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for early voting. Early voting ends Friday, November 4th. The last day to apply for a ballot by mail is Friday, October 28th. On the first day of early voting in Calhoun County Monday, there were 373 in-person votes with 139 mail-in votes. And first day of early voting totals from DeWitt County Monday are 411 in-person votes with 116 mail-in votes. Which brings us to your viewer poll this afternoon. Don't forget, come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to participate. Viewers can also scan the QR code to get the viewer poll. Now the question is, have you experienced voter intimidation throughout your years of voting? We go ahead and take a look. 10% say yes and 90% say no. We want to hear from you. Stay tuned for 25 News Now at 10 for viewer poll results with Don Brubaker and myself.
Well, the project to widen and deepen the ship channel through Matagorda Bay is still in the works despite some delays. Officials with the Calhoun Port Authority say that lawsuits filed by environmental groups have caused the project to be put on hold, putting the project a year behind schedule. Charles Hossman, director of the Calhoun Port Authority, says they are still confident this project will be completed and that every precaution will be taken to protect all areas of concern.
One of the main things that we did this far is safety of the channel and safety of the vessels coming in and out of the bay. And we want to continue that trend, and we want to have the safest ship channel that we can here in Cal.
In addition, Hossman says that environmental impacts will be very minimal by this channel project. Environmental groups have filed lawsuits with the Army Corps of Engineers, not the Calhoun Port Authority. When completed, the new ship channel promises to bring tremendous economic growth to both the Calhoun and Victoria port systems.
Well, now let's take a look at your forecast with First Warn Storm Team meteorologist Howie Gordon.
Thanks, Karina. So boundary push through, bringing us winds, rain, and cooler air, cooler temperatures, but very much on the pleasant side. Right now across here, pretty much right around 75 degrees. So I think it's idealistic conditions. Then wind-wise, we had some strong winds, especially with the storms, 50-mile-per-hour plus gusts. Now winds really down to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So 50s for tonight, but without that cloud cover to keep the warmth in, look where we're going, down to 48 degrees. Now we're going to warm up. We got a shot at more showers and another cool down, which we'll talk about coming up in a little bit. Don, Karina?
Howie, thank you. The remains of a soldier killed during the Korean War will be buried on October 29th at St. Jose Cemetery. Angeles Lucy's funeral home in Victoria will perform graveside services honoring Army soldier Alinado M. Solis before his service. Solis was reported missing in action on December 1st, 1950, when his unit withdrew from a region in North Korea. It was later discovered and reported that he died as a prisoner of war in April 1951 at just 19 years old. Now, the family of Eric Cantu spoke out Tuesday for the first time since the 17-year-old was shot by a former San Antonio police officer in early October.
Cantu remains on life support in the hospital. The family was joined by their new attorney, Ben Crump.
For the first time since 17-year-old Eric Cantu was shot by police, his family speaking publicly.
It's very touch and go. His wounds are healing, but the wounds that he's endured are great.
The teenager was hospitalized 3 weeks ago after his fast food dinner took a turn in San Antonio, Texas. Authorities say rookie police officer James Brennan, on the force 7 months, shot the unarmed teen as he ate a burger in his car with a friend.
He's been shot in his stomach. He was shot in his diaphragm, his lungs, his liver, and one in his bicep and his forearm.
According to police, Brennan was responding to another call at this McDonald's, but then turned his attention to this maroon car, believing he recognized it from a separate incident. Brennan approaching the car before opening the door.
Get out of the car.
Cantu attempting to get away.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Police say they found Cantu a block away with multiple gunshot wounds, placing him in their car, but not before placing him in handcuffs, arresting him for evasion and aggravated assault. Those charges later dropped. The San Antonio Police Department saying Brennan was in violation of department training, tactics, and procedures.
Shooting 10 times into a car. What did he think was going to happen? That's why we're asking for justice.
Brennan was fired after the shooting and has been charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault. As for Cantu, his family says he's fighting for his life every day.
We just want to be there by his side every day to make sure he can breathe, make sure he's able to wake up and see tomorrow.
Because Brennan had not finished his 1-year probationary period for new officers, the San Antonio Police Officers Association has declined to represent him. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Stay with us. Coming up on 25 News now at 6. The Democrat nominee for lieutenant governor wants a campaign ad for the incumbent, Dan Patrick, taken off TV immediately.
Also ahead, last night's storm caused damage near Austin in a city still recovering from a major tornado. Up next.
Joe Talbot Sr. is your military hero for the month of October. Talbot was born in Edna, and shortly after he moved to Bloomington, where he grew up. Joining the service when he was only 17, Talbot wanted to see the world. So in 1957, with his parents' approval, he enlisted in the United States Navy.
I just always wanted to get out and see the world, you know. Knew that a world war was coming on, so figured it's time to go in and go.
And joining in at a time of war, you would think you would be scared. Well, not Joe.
No, doesn't scare you anyway. I mean, if you're going to go, you're going to go. I don't care whether you're here, there, on a bicycle, or what. If it's your time, you're going to go.
Joe was good with engines and machines, so he would become a machinist mate second class, which meant his job was to make sure the ship's engine kept running.
We worked down in the engine room. We kept the turbines going. And like on the ship I was on here, it was turbine operated, you know, and we kept all the machinery running.
Talbot also took into consideration the troops they would drop off in Vietnam.
We get rolled out of the water. How about them guys that's on the land? You know, how about the troops we're going to let off? The Marines or the Army we're going to let off. Think about them.
Talbot's time was cut short because 6 years after joining, he was seriously injured, and he would end up spending 14 months in the hospital.
We ran into a typhoon, and I got washed around, and we lost 4 guys. I requested, I wanted to stay. And they said, you're not going to be able to handle it. And I said, give me a try. Now, let me try. And it didn't work out, so they gave me a medical discharge.
Talbot was pretty banged up, too.
Then I broke both of my legs, fractured my skull, broke my collarbone, my arm, and 4 ribs.
Talbot was initially in a hospital in Japan, but President Eisenhower personally saw that he got transferred so he could be closer to home.
Eisenhower was the president at that time. She actually got on the telephone and got in touch with people, and they put it with her because she said and he talked to her. So he transferred me down here to Corpus Christi.
While in the hospital, Talbot also got married.
I got married while I was in the hospital.
How do you pull that off?
Wasn't easy, but I pulled it off.
Talbot would come back to the Crossroads because that's home, and he'd work in the oil fields, become a manager for 7-Eleven, and a heavy equipment operator. And in 1995, he did something that he'd longed to do.
I got grandkids, lots of them. And one of them always said, you didn't graduate, Grandpa? You didn't graduate? No, I got to think about it. So I went down and took some classes and this and that. They went down to college down there and took a test, passed it.
Wow.
So now I feel good. And they do too now. That if they took you long enough.
He's also very active in Victoria's VFW post, serving as their commander for many years, and says to stop by, and that his motto of get it done helps keep them focused, as well as his focus on thinking about the future and making the world a better place where hopefully peace prevails.
You just don't bring up too much, about your past. You think about the future. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to go for the future, not the past. The past It's an ugly thing, so future, we're trying to make it better.
Thank you, Joe Talbot Sr., for your service to your country and to all veterans and active military service members out there who protect our freedoms every day. Adam Seibel, KAVU TV 25 News Now.
There's never been a better time to control your power with a Generac home standby generator from Generator Supercenter. For a limited time, with purchase and installation of your Generac generator, choose $1,000 off or a free 10-year warranty. Choose freedom from the grid and choose your promo. This offer won't last long. Lock in your choice today with a free estimate only at Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer.
Busy week? We can help. Favor is the easiest way to get any restaurant or store in Texas delivered fast. From lunch at the office to dinner for the whole family, you can get all the local restaurants you love, plus flowers, alcohol, and more delivered to your door in 35 minutes or less. Download the Favor app and get $0 delivery fees your first 4 weeks. Favor, part of the HEB family.
Responsible Texans want responsible judges who follow the law. We pay our taxes. Judicial candidate Aaron Pena doesn't. He owes the IRS over $44,000. We buy car insurance. Aaron Pena's gotten 3 tickets for driving with no insurance, even while running for judge. And as a lawyer, Aaron Pena was reprimanded for professional misconduct and suspended from practicing law 6 times. If you want a responsible judge who follows the law, that's not Aaron Pena.
Scream if you're ready for Halloween. Did you enjoy Halloween as a kid, though?
Yes, but I was one of those kids who stole candy from little kids.
Wait, what?
Are you judging me?
Yes! Well, I heard that you liked Reese's, so I thought I would bring you some.
This has got me emotional. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I can continue.
Democrat Lieutenant Governor nominee Mike Collier fired off a cease and desist letter in response to the latest campaign ad from Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. The Democrat nominee's attorney sent a 4-page letter to television stations running the ad, demanding that they either force Patrick's campaign to provide proof for the claims or stop running the ads altogether.
Big first day for early voting in Texas Monday. More than 60,000 registered voters in Harris County cast a ballot in the midterm election. More than 1 out of every 50 Harris County voters turned out to cast their ballots. Over 32,000 voters made their way to Bexar County's early voting polling locations Monday, and almost 5% of registered voters cast their ballots in Nueces County Monday. Severe weather ripped through parts of Texas Monday night, causing tornadoes in some areas. A twister was reported in Jarrell and was on the ground for several miles. Thousands in central Texas were left without power. Strong winds from the storm damaged several homes and buildings. A tornado warning was in effect for northeastern Williamson County. That has since ended.
Alrighty, now grab your cell phone and scan this QR code. This is our quick response code to download the Crossroads Today app. You can get breaking news alerts and vote in our viewer polls. Get the latest news, weather, and sports, and learn all about our ongoing contest. You can also submit news tips, videos, and photos.
We cooled down, we're warming up, we saw rain, we could see more of the same in a couple of days. We'll talk all about it coming up.
They are scary low payments available the entire month of October. New 2023 Hyundai Sonata, only $389 per month. For details, go to McKite Hyundai in Victoria. HyundaiVictoria.com.
What would happen to Texas if Beto O'Rourke became governor? Beto would hammer us with crushing tax increases, crumble our oil and gas industry with his radical environmental policies. He'd destroy public safety, opening our borders and defunding the police. And Beto would demolish law and order with easy bail, putting violent criminals back on the streets. Texas under Beto O'Rourke wouldn't be Texas anymore.
This is your vote. It's your right. One of these 7 IDs you'll need to show when you arrive at the polling site. If you're eligible to mail in your vote, on your ballot envelope, the number of one of these IDs you'll need to note. And this is the website where you'll find more insight to be able to cast the vote that is your right. Brought to you by the Texas Secretary of State.
Victoria Preservation Cemetery Tour is a unique cultural event. Travel through bygone eras and relive history told by those who lived it. Individuals portrayed are real people from Victoria's past, not fictional characters. Evergreen Elegy will be held at Evergreen Cemetery on October 28th and 29th. For information, contact the VPI office at 361-573-1878. Thanks to the Victoria Television Group for their sponsorship.
They are scary low payments available the entire month of October. New 2023 Hyundai Sonata, only $389 per month. For details, go to McKnight Hyundai in Victoria. HyundaiVictoria.com.
After a rainy, windy day, was it warm enough to go to the beach today? Well, that's up to you. We had a lot of sunshine, picture perfect, winds definitely on the lighter side after gusts really retained on the strong side. We'll talk about that in a moment. Last night. So today, 79 degrees. Just 2 days ago, we were back in the 90s. So another front knocked us back down. 3/4 of an inch of rain as well. Here's our temperatures at about 616. So right around the 75-degree mark pretty much across the area. Again, cooler now that boundary pushed through, and then without the cloud cover and the moisture, yeah, we're going to see some cool nights lying ahead. But this is what I'm really proud of or happy for. I don't know what you want to call it, with the dew points, that stuffiness, those unreasonable humidities and out of control heat. Yeah, that is on the lower side, 30s and 40s. We were back in the 60s and 70s. When we get to 60, 65, starts to feel, yes, very much on the hot and humid side. Here's our winds. We saw 50-plus mile-per-hour winds with the storms. Even before the storms arrived, we were gusty 30, 35 mile-per-hour winds. Today, yeah, on the lighter side. Here's what we have. Here's our boundary that caused all those disruptions, pushing through off to the southeast. Now high pressure moving in, continuing to push down in the atmosphere, allowing clouds to dissipate and allowing the sunshine to warm us up very nicely. But the high is going to start moving off. When that happens, some of our cooler nights aren't going to be so cool anymore because we're going to start to see that moisture push in from the Gulf. Plus, that boundary moving in from the west, that could be another rain producer as well as cooler air filling in behind that boundary. And that should occur Thursday into Friday and into Saturday. So yes, potential rain coming up later on in the week, maybe impacting Friday night football. Here's our future tracker. Here's what we have. Okay, we're clear and dry as we move ahead into Thursday. More showers, scattered showers. And then Friday, could be a rainy night of football potentially. But hey, maybe we start to dry off just in time for some of the games. Here's our marine forecast. We had small craft advisory. Those are gone. Now winds starting to come down. Seas down to 2 to 3 feet compared to 8 to 9 the last couple of days. Bay's back on the smooth side. Okay, a couple features out there in the tropics. Not so bad. The one down here near Turks and Caicos, going to really start moving up to the north a little bit, but staying pretty much a little bit away from the country, passing by Bermuda, but starting to weaken. And then we have another one up there about 70 miles north of Bermuda. That's really heading out into the Atlantic. Going to run into some upper level winds. They don't like that, so not going to be a problem really for most parties. Tonight into the 50s. Overnight, though, without that cloud cover, we're dropping down to 48. So a clear, cool night. And then for tomorrow, though, okay, back up to 80. Lots and lots of sunshine. Looking ahead to the week in Cuero. Okay, another disturbance pushes in for Friday. And then on the water in Port Lavaca, yeah, we could see some showers. And then right back home here in Victoria, we are looking at temperatures in the 80s until Friday. That disturbance comes through. And then look at that, a nice little cool down with lots and lots of sunshine. For more weather, news, and sports, we go to crossroadstoday.com. That is our app that is free with any Android and iPhone. Now we go back to Karina.
Thanks, Howie. And now here's Gino with sports.
Thanks, Karina. After Monday Night Football, there could be a QB controversy in the Patriots organization. That's coming up after the break.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. Over the last 2 months, I've traveled to over 100 cities listening to my fellow Texans. They want their kids to get a great education, but without being taught woke policies that divide us. They want a secure border, safe neighborhoods, and a good-paying job. They know that Texas is America's last hope. Texans don't want Joe Biden's America. I'm fighting for you, and I'm fighting for Texas. I'm Dan Patrick, and I ask for your vote.
Looking for dinner made easy? Move over meal prep and make way for pre-chopped and pre-portioned ingredients. Hit the road hard to follow recipes and say hello to easy breezy meals. Peace out, pile of dishes, and welcome easy cleanup. Well, hello there, Home Chef. Home Chef oven-ready meals. Pre-chopped and pre-portioned recipes without the prep or mess. Get 16 free meals when you sign up at homechef.com. Home Chef. Delicious meat simple.
Happy Halloween, y'all! ABC Wicked Wednesday is gonna be a scream. Go trick or treat with the Connors.
I don't believe in bothering people at home.
And yet, here you are. A ghoulish Grandma Goldberg. Where's Muriel?
She's right here safe with me.
Get your fill of Abbott Elementary.
What is in your mouth?
And end the killer night with Home Economics.
I finally got you alone.
ABC Wicked Wednesday and stream on Hulu.
Join Golden Crescent Casa at our 14th annual holiday wine pairing at 6 p.m. on November 11th at the Victoria Country Club to honor Brother Gary Moses for his work supporting numerous organizations that better our community. This Thai-inspired event will include a 4-course dinner with paired wines, a live and silent auction, and entertainment that you won't want to miss. Sponsorships and tickets are still available. Visit us at goldencrescentcasa.org or call 361-573-3734.
Sponsored by the Victoria Television Group.
There is a real debate that's raging between pro-life
Abortion is violence against a child. It's not health care.
and pro-choice.
You're trying to govern all of our bodies because of what you believe.
Your problem is that they're wanting to impose their values on other women.
Absolutely. Everyone has a right to choose for themselves.
When
People
does
have a
the
right
baby
to.
have a choice to live?
All new Dr. Phil.
Howdy Crossroads, the Hallettsville Brahmas are featured in the game of this week as they prepare for probably its biggest matchup of the season, and they've had multiple tough games this year. Hallettsville got off to a hot start beating the Shiner Comanches and were ranked in the top 10 earlier in the year, but would stumble to Fort Worth Southwest Christian and district rivals, the Columbus Cardinals. This game is important for the Brahmas because this could give them a 3-way tie for the district title between the Cardinals and the Hitchcock Bulldogs. The Brahmas are currently 1-1 in district, but are 1 game back behind the top 2 teams in the district. Hallettsville head coach Tommy Pinsick said the Bulldogs have multiple playmakers that are going to be tough to stop this week.
They've got 4 kids faster than anybody in our program. They can absolutely fly. They run somewhere in the range of 4.3, 4.4s, and they've got at least 4 that can do that. They're young. There are going to be a lot of them coming back next year. And they're, surprisingly, their line is pretty physical up front.
Multiple Brahmas are recovering from injuries and the flu. This game is important because the district record will affect where Hallettsville will be seated in playoffs. Senior linebacker Cameron Alamia lists ways that the Brahmas can come out on top.
I think it's going to come down to how our defensive backs, our cornerbacks are going to play. They're going to have to match their speed. They're going to have to match their intensity. Our D-line is going to have to match their physicality up front. And, I think it'll be successful if we do that. We're just going to have to hustle. Have more heart than them like kind of we usually do.
The 2 teams will play Friday night at 7:30. And last night, former Victoria East Titan and now New England QB Bailey Zappi led the Patriots to 2 touchdown drives and threw a touchdown pass in the 33-14 loss to the Chicago Bears. Zappi finished the night with 14 of 22 completions and 185 yards and 2 interceptions. As a starter, Zappi is 2-0 and has 781 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions in 4 games. Here's what New England head coach Bill Belichick had to say about the controversy.
Who was the starting quarterback?
Yeah, we just finished the game. No, we had planned to play. I told the quarterbacks that we were gonna play both of them. That's what we did.
Few words from the hoodie, and the Patriots are 3-4 on the year and could have another tough matchup against the New York Jets, who have improved this season with a 4-3 record. The Dallas Cowboys are making moves ahead of the November 1st NFL trade deadline. The Cowboys are fortifying their defensive line by sending a 2023 6th-round pick to the Las Vegas Raiders. for defensive tackle Jonathan Hankins and a 7th-round pick in 2024. The Cowboys are allowing 120 rush yards per game, which is ranked 20th in the league, and allowed the Detroit Lions to rush for 117 yards on the ground. The Cowboys will play the Chicago Bears, who just put up 243 rush yards against the Patriots last night. Well, that's your sports. Don and Karina, back to you.
Thanks, Gino. And we're back in a moment. A ship almost 400 years old has been found off the coast of Sweden. Up next.
Delicious pizza on dough made from scratch daily. New and classic games everyone loves. The post-match celebration. It's all made to be shared. And now for a limited time, get this extremely tasty deal. A large scratch-made extreme pepperoni pizza, just $15.49. Peter Piper Pizza. Pizza made fresh, families made happy.
My name is Damian Rodriguez, and I chose Coastal Bend College.
Hi, my name is Patrick White, and I chose Coastal Bend College.
My name is Yadira Lopez, and I chose Coastal Bend College.
My name is Stacey Olivares, and I chose Coastal Bend College.
My name is Katravis Johnson, and I chose Coastal Bend College.
We are Dental Hygiene, and we chose Coastal Bend College. Why would I choose anywhere else?
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. We got power. We got future. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together. So stop by your Ford dealer today and claim one of the thousands of new Ford trucks and SUVs on their way.
Choose in-stock or custom order select Ford vehicles and lock in $3,900 for $60, plus $500 cash, plus complimentary maintenance. See your best in Texas Ford dealer.
The free 2022 Hurricane Tracking Guides are here. Each guide has critical information to protect you and your family before and after the storm. The 25 News Now Hurricane Tracking Guides are brought to you by these sponsors: Full Pep, El Campo Cycle Center, Palace Bingo, Seguin RV, Oak Creek Homes, and Bravo Honda. You can get your up-to-date coordinates to track the storm every day on crossroadstoday.com or from the 25 News Now Storm Team. Download the free Crossroads Today app and get your weather now.
Ooh, my favorite.
I want to be surprised. Okay, move your hand, Kelly. Move your hand.
Ryan. Ryan?
Next 5, Alan Cumming and Tony Hale from Mysterious Benedict Society. Plus, coming October 31st, it's Live's Multiverse Halloween.
Finally tonight, marine archaeologists in Sweden say they have found the sister vessel of a famed 17th century warship that is now on display in a museum in Sweden. The Apple was built around 1629. It was sunk in 1659 to become part of an underwater barrier meant to protect Sweden from enemy fleets. A deep dive this spring found the Apple in the sea just east of Stockholm. No decision has been made on whether to raise the ship. Now, if they raise the ship or tried to raise the ship, it's going to be very expensive.
Oh, I bet.
But it's just amazing.
What do you think they'll find down there?
Oh,
Gold, maybe?
I don't know. I mean, a ship almost 400 years old,
Can't even
so
imagine.
still look in pretty decent shape. It is not bad at all. Howie, would you want to raise that ship that's only, 397 years old or something like that? 392
That was before
years
the gold rush. I don't think they discovered gold at that time yet.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Bring it up. Let's see. That's a great artifact for sure. I'd love to see it. It'd be really, really cool. Now, I don't know if there's ships out here right now, but we have some storms out there. But you know what? For the most part, they're going to stay off to the north and away from the Americas or the country for the most part. But yeah, Bermuda could see maybe a little bit of some wind. For the most part, though, these storms are headed into cooler water and upper level winds that aren't too promising for further strengthening and development. But tonight here in the 50s and then down to 48 degrees without that cloud cover to keep us warm. We hit 42 last week, 48 probably tonight. And then for tomorrow, look at that, back up to 80 degrees. Looking ahead, we got some nice days, but maybe some more showers that could impact Friday football. Karina, Don?
All right, thank you, Hallie, and thanks for joining us. Remember, we're streaming 24/7 at Crossroads Today Plus.
And we hope you'll join us tonight for 25 News Now at 10.